Picasso once related this childhood memory of his. He said, "My mother told me when I was young, if you go into politics, you'll be the president. If you go into religion, you will be the Pope." So I went into art and I became Picasso. Fellow Toastmasters, good evening. Tonight I would like to take you on a journey that you have probably not yet been on, and I would like to take you down paths that you have not yet experienced. Welcome to the artist's mind. I'm going to take just a couple of the broad variety of techniques that I use as an artist and try and explain them to you and help you to understand them. As an artist, I enjoy using acrylics and watercolors as they're my favorite mediums. I also enjoy, though, experimenting with, say, Aquarell's range of water-soluble pencil crayons. Now, this is obviously a greatly underrated medium, as it's often seen as something of child's play. But at the same time, despite this, I enjoy using it as it's part of experimentation. One needs to experiment if one is going to keep an open mind. Keeping an open mind is important is an important part of being an artist. Take this example. I struggle today is trying to decide what I should base the speech on. And then again, an experienced Toastmaster might instantly be able to draw on a repertoire of a wide range of topics that has been collected over the years, and so we'll be able to, within very little time at all, draw up a successful speech. At the same time, everywhere I go, I'm always looking for ideas, always looking at things as though they were paintings, looking for compositions in nature. This is where I get my ideas from. It is definitely important to keep an open mind while being an artist. If you're going to obtain satisfactory results, one needs to be free in one's thinking. When using watercolors, you need to remember the methods that you're using. I'd like to tell you about just two of these methods, two of the most commonly used and two of the most important. This would be the direct method of applying paint, as well as the layering method. In the direct way, the artist just takes a blank page and just splashes some watercolor on. And this creates very vibrant areas of pigment, contrasted with white paper, which really makes the painting come alive for the viewer. At the same time, with the layering method, more layers are added until a satisfactory result is achieved, and that is a very blurred, sort of dull picture, which can be used to represent motion, mistiness, or distant mountains. Moreover, when you're working with acrylics, it's a very thick and pasty medium, as you see here, and there's great texture on the painting. As you can see from the light, there's often shadows created on the painting. When you're painting with acrylics, you need to look for blocks of color. In this painting, it started out obviously as a white board, and with my preferred method, I just covered it. I covered it completely with the wrong colors. But you need to understand my logic here. See, this painting started out as being brown, blue, and green. Mostly brown with a hint of blue and green, but just completely brown. Well, the logic in it is, the method in the madness is, that if you start out with everything being completely wrong, all you can do is work from one side to the other, just correct it. Let me tell you from years of experience in painting and doing artworks that it is much easier to work with something that is completely wrong and just to correct it than to actually paint everything right at first and then struggle with it, sit with the painting and look at it, trying to figure out the weak spots, trying to fiddle, trying to get it right. And ultimately, fiddling is not what you want to do. At the same time, in conclusion, I would just like to tell you, one of the most important parts of being a commercial artist is also being able to spread your name to the masses, to market yourself. It's not long before I will be seen in some local newspapers, the Sentinel, some of the local magazines, as hopefully in August I'm going to be auctioning off some of my works to charity. This is just a way of letting people know who I am as an artist. It is one of the most important ways of also making a living as an artist. You can get twice as far with an innovative mind than you could ever get with a gallery. At the same time, you need to remember an innovative open mind when painting and selecting subject matter. One needs to have, as I said, familiarity with the techniques involved, and also a very evaluative and critical eye in your own paintings. I'm very far from finished here. There's light areas that need to be added to the foreground and so on. But another viewer might look at the painting and say, it's completely finished. Obviously Matisse had some very satisfactory results in his paintings, as he replied in this way when he was asked why he painted a woman's face green in his works. And he said, if I should see a woman like that in life, I would run away in horror. But you must remember, I'm not creating a woman, I'm making a picture. Thank you.